What's going on, YouTube? Zero Lead here, back again with a new video, the first episode of my Starship EVO builds. Just want to thank you very much for tuning into today's video, and if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and helping me in supporting the channel. I cannot thank you enough for that. And today we're going to be showcasing my very first build on Starship EVO, my Enterprise nx-01. If you have Steam on PC, I highly recommend downloading this game. It's only 20 bucks and it's worth every penny. It is an early release game, so bear that in mind if that's a thing for you. But I will say, considering how early in the game is, it's impressively stable. It's not glitchy, and the graphics are absolutely incredible. And the gameplay is very similar to Minecraft. And you can see here I'm grabbing the Symmetry Tool. We're going to be using that in a second. But there's a lot of cool features on this game that I feel that the developers of this game, they had like people from Minecraft specifically in mind, because the building mechanics is pretty much spot on with Minecraft as far as placement. But there's a lot of cool features on this game that set it apart from some of the other games like StarMade or Space Engineers. Now you can see here with the blocks, there's different types of patterns that you can set down. You don't have to just do one block. It doesn't have to be one level. You can have it be multiple levels. It's kind of crazy the type of placement that you can put down with a block, and it really can help you save time when building your ship. Just this feature alone would have been a game changer for me, and I mean, it's so incredible. But you know, they didn't stop here, is where I'm getting at. The Symmetry Tool that I'm going to go back to here, this is a pretty cool feature. We're going to tab in the middle, which separates our ship, and by doing this, you can see this block I'm placing down on the left side. It automatically did it on the right, and anything I place on the left is going to do it on the right. If I place anything on the right, it'll place exactly that same spot on the left side. So essentially, you only have to building half of your ship with this little feature, and it's so cool. And if you've ever wanted to like take your ship in Minecraft and actually give it a purpose and use it, this is really the game for you, because it's not so complicated like Space Engineers is, where if you make one little mistake, your whole ship is gone, and it doesn't take weeks to learn. Within 20 minutes, I had my ship moving around and stuff. So within a very short period of time, I was able to start rolling around on here, and that is specifically because of how they had this game broken up. You can see I'm just now leaving the transporter room. All those knobs and switches in there, you can actually use them. That was an actual transporter in there. I just haven't hooked it up yet. We're making our way in our engineering room here. I don't have the power cells in this room that power the actual ship because of how large they ended up being. They're actually housed inside my warp engines. But I still wanted to make this room kind of like feel like engineering. It just felt right. But I love how these hallways came out, and like these doors that open and close. Like, this is just so cool. I'm so excited over some of the stuff that you can do on here. And this game is still, I think it's only been out for like 2 months. This is like the main quarters. Again, you know, this was a pretty small ship. This was just really like a proof of concept for me, like to see what I could do with the game. And I think just off of a first attempt, this didn't come out bad at all. As you can see, I mean, it's not nearly the scale like some of my other ships are in Minecraft, but just what you can do with it is just so much better. Like, pretty much, this is what I've been wanting them to add to Minecraft now for the longest time. I mean, I really have. And I mean, just look at the bridge here, like all these switches and everything going along here. You can attach them to things and actually give them a function. These consoles here, the screens, they actually have a purpose. It's absolutely insane. And all these were individually placed down, like the captain's chair here. I added the side armrests on there and everything. and I think this gives you a great idea of what you can actually do in this game. We're going to hop in our seat here by hitting F. Now we're going to activate our warp engines. Want to make sure they're on. And now we're going to hold F again. Now we're flying our ship. We hit F4, we go third person. And here we go. And we're just going to go for a quick cruise around the block, sort of say. I just want to give you guys an idea of some of the stuff that you can do in this game. For those wondering if I have weapons enabled, as you can see, I sure do. And it's so intense, like the stuff that you can do on here. And it's not even just with the ships. You can make your own weapons from scratch, handguns, piece by piece. You can make your own land vehicles piece by piece. I really hope they keep that going. I hope that they add more planets into this game and make it to where eventually they have where you can like make submarines and things like that. As you can see in the lower left, or excuse me, lower right-hand corner, we are on autopilot. We're going to the space station. That's another thing that you can build in this game. Now, this space station is not one that I have made. This was pre-rendered into the game, and it's a little ways off. You see all the paneling, the pipes on top of the hull, the grating. I mean, the different things that they added in this game is insane. That's actually a thruster there on the bottom. I have another one on top of the bridge. This thing is actually pretty maneuverable, but it's got a ton of thrusters on it. It's got, thrusters on the top here going around the saucer, and then, or excuse me, the bridge, and then it's got thrusters going along the side and also underneath it. It's not nearly as like maneuverable as like a fighter would be, because this is, I mean, it's not very big, but it's not very small either. So it's not super maneuverable, but I mean, I was surprised with what I was able to do with it. Another cool thing, this is pretty nice. I haven't gone over here and done anything with it yet, but these rings is actually an asteroid field. I've gone through it, and they're individual asteroids. It looks so cool. Apparently, you can mine them. I haven't attempted that yet, though. You can see my character just chilling out. That's another thing we can't change as of yet. I think we'll be able to make our own avatars, but as of right now, just by default, it's the female character. You can see our console shows us they're going 3 kilometers a second. I think that's what that is. Kilometers or kilometers, either or. Not exactly sure. I've only been playing this game for about a week or so, but it's pretty neat. Just if I mean, they could honestly leave this game as is, and I would seriously be happy enough with it as is, just to be able to fly around and go to a couple of space stations, maybe mine stuff and fly my ship around that I build. That would be good enough. But from what I've been hearing about this game, it really sounds like this is just the starting off point, and that they have a lot of stuff that they want to do with it, which really excites me, just because of the current um, state of the game as is. Looks like there's an NPC ship rolling in here to the space station. I don't think so, man. You ain't taking my parking spot. We don't take kindly to space pirates around these parts. He's not even shooting back at me. He's just like flying. That's all right. You can fly away. Yeah, he don't want none. That's right. Let's move on. By decree of the Federation, you are not welcome. This is Federation territory now. And this guy coming back doing a drive-by like he's somebody. I don't think he messes with me though. But no, that's pretty cool. Like, I was slightly disappointed with the space station, because going inside here, we're not going to stop and go inside because it is kind of disappointing. There's really nothing inside of it except in like these side chambers here. They have like crew quarters, but it's nothing special. I mean, it looks neat, but I mean, if you've seen like how my crew quarters was in the beginning of the video. You're not really seeing anything else new, just a different type of configuration. So I think this is enough just, to fly around it. But the fact that you can have space stations is pretty incredible. You can add locking mechanisms onto your ship to dock with space stations. I haven't attempted this yet, but it is in the game. I've seen the option to do it. Um, really neat how they did this game, because a couple of weeks ago I'd actually gotten Space Engineers, and I tried so hard to give that game a chance. Even my girlfriend started playing it with me, because we were both trying to get the hang of it. And just the longer I played it, the more it just was a chore to play, and I just wasn't having any fun doing it. And I know that there's going to be somebody out there that, no, I love the game because it's complicated, and that's cool for you if that's what you enjoy. But when I get on, I just want to have fun. And I really appreciated how they had this game set up. And a lot of it had to do, I think, with one of the recent updates. When you start the game up, the tutorial, the way they have it set up, it's broken down into 2 buildings. Your first building is basically your movements. It goes over the 4 different movement options that you have. And then the second building is for literally for all the building options in the game, from uh, regular building blocks, paint, ship weapons, handguns, uh, decals, you name it. And it even has a base mock to show you, like, just literally what you need to get a basic ship going. I was pretty much able to get, like, I'd say like 90% of my ship done just off of that. The other 10% I had to go to YouTube, but I think that was my own fault as opposed to like the starter area. Like, they really did a good job with it, but just for me, sometimes I like watching videos, and seeing people explain it a little bit to learn. That's just kind of how I am. And but still, regardless, within 20 minutes, I was cooking. But one thing I would suggest when you're playing this game is, do not leave your Halo ring until you save your ship. And when we get back to the ring, that will be one of the things I'm going to show you guys before we hop off, because it's not going to be a super long video. This is just a showcase to show you guys what I've built. And I've had people in the past ask me for the nx-01 on Minecraft, so for the people that have asked me for that, here you guys go. It is not an exact one-for-one, but this was mostly an inspired by, but as is, I think it came out fantastic. If you are interested in playing Starship EVO and you would like to get your hands on this ship, you can download this in the Steam Workshop. And if you look in the description below, I have included this link for you guys. I am really excited about that. That is also one of the things that I can't wait to start doing, because it's something that I get asked all the time for on Minecraft, and I wish that I could share my builds with you guys on there. But the process to bring a save file over Xbox to PC, I've only been able to have my brother do this one time, and he works for Microsoft, no joke. And he told me after that, he's like, I'm not doing that again for you. So I mean, totally understandable. I wish that they would make it to where you could share your save files on Minecraft, or your builds at least. But the fact they have it on here, it's so cool. And another thing, it's not as punishing as Space Engineers is. Like, if I didn't stop and we kept flying into the Halo here, it wouldn't blow the ship up. We just bounce off of it. I don't. Some people might consider that a bad thing. Other people might consider it a good thing. For me, it honestly doesn't really bother me at all. Um, if they change it in the future, that wouldn't necessarily bother me either. But I mean, since I've been playing this, I've only actually crashed into something one time, and that was like the first time taking the ship out. After that, and I really got the hang of it, because it's literally, you use W to go forward or S to go backwards, and you use your mouse to control your movement as far as where you're looking and turning your ship. Pretty straightforward and easy. So we're going to hit F to go out of our regular mode. But first, before we do that, we want to make sure our ship is completely level. And then we're going to turn off our warp engines. You can see on the console that our ship is not moving. It is on 0, because those consoles, again, they actually work. I'm pretty sure all these consoles, we can attach them to something. I just haven't figured out how to do it just yet. And these doors, this is just one of the doors that you can have. They have other types of doors that you can make on here too, which is pretty incredible. That are a little bit, because the one that I have on the sides and like inside the ship, that's just a generic door that you place down. But you have ones that you can actually make from scratch. And I want to hop back in here, show you guys real quick how to save your stuff. So to do that, if you are on Starship EVO, after you're done working on your ship, you want to always make sure that you build something off of it. If you don't want to build anything off it, just add something to it and delete it. This way, it's just registering in here that you're working on this ship specifically. And then you're going to hit the tab button, and then you'll see these three icons. If you're not showing these three icons, you're only showing the bottom two, you haven't built on your ship. So you need to do that. And then once you do that, that third icon should pop up. But once it does, just click on it. And then it's going to show you like a 3D rendering of your ship. And you can write in the name of it and then just write a description underneath that. And then you're going to click on Export Local Blueprint. As soon as you do that, your ship will be saved. If it gets destroyed, don't worry about it. You can reload it as many times as you want, and it's not going to go anywhere. If you want to upload it to Steam, you just click on Share it on Steam, and that's as simple as that. Pretty straightforward, not too difficult at all. You could even unspawn the ship if you desired to. We're going to grab a starter block. Now this is what you use when you first start building, so this way you don't have to build a block coming all the way up from the ground. You can literally put this starter block anywhere and it'll stay floating, and you can build off of this as long as you have the starter block starting with it. Now once you hit bring in your starter block, if you go up to it and hit F, it's going to bring up your blueprints. And it's going to show all the ships that you've made. So I have my original NX-01 prototype, and then we have the Enterprise NX-01, which is the one that I've showcased in the video. And you can see all the other ships I've downloaded here in Starship EVO. Then you just click on it, and then in a few seconds it'll pop out. Now, one thing you want to be careful of, if you delete this block during or after you complete your ship, it's going to fall to the ground. So keep that in mind. And also, if you're spawning your ship in and you don't have this built into your ship, when you bring it in, it's going to fall to the ground. So what I did to get around this is I actually have mine built into my ship, and it's not going anywhere. Just so my ship always stays floating, and I don't have to worry about it. And it's really cool, like these side lights here, these are actually warp light speed thrusters, and the same with the red front here for the warp engine, but they're not actually connected to anything. I literally just have them here as a facade, but it looks fantastic, and it's cool that you can do stuff like that on here. The back and the side impulse engines, I do have those connected, and they power the thrust of the ship, but they actually control the warp. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap this one up. Not a super long video today, only about 16, just over 16 minutes. But I think that, well, there's going to be definitely more videos of Starship EVO coming out for you guys in the future. I don't have a schedule or a date yet for when episode 2 and when the other episodes will follow, because like I said, I've only been playing this for about a week. But I got this build up and I got so excited, I wanted to show it the community and see if you guys, are one, feeling this game, and two, if you wanting to see me do builds on here. If you do, drop a comment below. Let me know what ships you want to see me build. You never know. If I have enough people asking me for it, or if it's something I'm really feeling, you never know, I might just build it. But I really do think Starship EVO is a fantastic game. It's worth every penny. I highly recommend it. And I will say that I should have the next episode up within hopefully the next 2 weeks. And when I have that episode up, I will tell you that I promise I will have a schedule on when I'm going to be dropping Starship EVO videos for you guys. All right. So other than that, I've always got my Minecraft videos. Those come out Monday through Saturday. Regardless of the what build or game I'm playing, I don't have videos coming out on Sundays. And then I have ARC builds, those come out on Mondays. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. Just want to thank you again for tuning in to today's episode. And if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, helping me in supporting the channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I just hope everybody has a happy and safe day, and I will catch you on the next video.